I mean, whoa, 2 inches. 2 inches,
Ask Erica if 2 inches would be so much better.
whatever.
Ready and willing.
My body is ready.
I like it. Dude, I'm
Yeah.
excited. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good one. Some fun
Yeah.
stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I got about a page and a half of notes. I think I'm ready.
Nice, nice. Well, go ahead and kick it off, man. Welcome to the State of Football Show. We're back. Once again, this is Hutch. And then my co host, the sexiest man alive. He has a Netflix special. I think it's
That's
coming
right.
out. Yeah, it's coming out next month, I think. Called
Yep.
the Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah, it's called a molten steel and sex appeal.
Okay. I like it. I like it. But yeah, that's the co host Trey right there for you.
How you doing, Hutch?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. A lot of stuff happened this week.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
We had a, I guess you could say, a quarterback in his prime retired. We had a little
Yeah.
trade action and a
Did
Hall
we
of,
ever?
yeah. And we have a Hall of Famer that's still not on a team, Trey. Still
Yeah,
not on a team.
not on a team. Just he's gonna have a ESPN uh like decision show, I think.
Mm. That would be fitting, I guess.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too far off brand, really.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Man, we had, I guess you could say, arguably the best kicker. He got released.
Yeah, best kicker in NFL history. I would say most
Yeah.
accurate for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. Probably top three.
Oh, no doubt. Top two. I don't know. I don't know if I can think of a better one, but yeah, he is no longer on the team.
Yeah, we can get into that a little bit later.
Okay.
And then a second round draft pick got a fully guaranteed contract. So that's interesting.
Yeah. First ever second round pick to get fully guaranteed contract.
Yes. Did I say that wrong?
No, I don't think you said it right. I was
Okay.
just saying it again for like emphasis. Just really,
I gotcha.
people have to know it's a big deal.
It really is a big deal.
Yeah. Unprecedented.
I think we have a few little stats about some NFL efficiencies. That charts that I don't know how to read, but we're gonna use them anyways.
Yeah. I had fun with that one. I didn't know about success rate. So I'm ready for that one.
Yeah. Also, I didn't put it in the show notes, but I have another one as well, and it's the team's player ages after the draft versus the previous season.
Okay.
So kind of
Surprising me
confusing.
with that one.
Yeah. Had to surprise you every once in a while.
A little sneak attack.
It's nice to have presence, Trey.
Yeah. Bill Parcells had a word for those kind of plays, those sneak attack plays. He said it at a press conference once. It's pretty. Oh,
Oh no.
thanks, honey.
I just hear a cap open.
No, reading dinner kind of late here, Hutch.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let's start with the releasing of a kicker, Trey.
Okay.
If you didn't know, Justin Tucker was released from the Baltimore Ravens. I'm kind of surprised by this, but kind of not at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, when we get into it, we can discuss. But I think. I mean, I think it's kind of like kind of because of these allegations, but also because of his performance as well.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100% with the I don't have the stats up or nothing like that, but I know the first half of the
Oh,
season he was not doing well at all. And I think he was fighting off an injury, but I don't know if that injury was, quote, him just kind of sitting out to, you know how kickers are, they're finicky, just like baseball closers are.
yeah. They have their routines.
Yes.
Well, I have the stat. He was 73% last season, which is very
Mm.
low for him.
Yeah, he I want to say his average is like in the 90s before
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah,
And
he's a 7-time Pro Bowler. I mean, I have it in my notes. He's the best kicker of all time.
yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Looks like in 2016 he was 97% field goals.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I
Yeah.
think he has the longest field goal, doesn't he?
I don't think he has the longest. I think last year the Brandon Aubrey set the record, or maybe tied the record. I
Oh,
think
okay. Okay.
I'd have to look that up, but I don't know that Tucker has the longest. To be
Trying.
honest with you, I think the guy that has the longest field goal is that he had a club foot. He had like half a foot, and he just like did a straight on kick. Like we're talking a long time ago, man.
Yeah, back when they smoking cigarettes on
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, his longest is 66 yards.
Is that the all time?
No, can look it up though.
I feel like Aubrey did like a 67 last year.
No, it's still Tucker.
All right. I stand corrected.
And a little side note: the longest field goal ever attempted was Sebastian Janikowski, Oakland Raiders. Remember that guy?
Okay. I do remember that guy.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He was.
76 yards.
Wow. That is really, really
And he was
far.
nowhere close. I promise. I remember this.
Just a little short.
Just a little short.
He went for it though. He went for it.
I want to say it was before halftime too. So
Yeah, just last play of the half.
yeah.
So do you want to get into why Tucker all these allegations against him, or do you want to leave that for, for people to read on their own?
Uh, I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. Obviously, he was allegedly
Yes.
was getting massages at a parlor similar to the Deshaun Watson and uh, his name just escaped me. New England
Robert
Patriot.
Kraft.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. The Kraft special.
Yeah, the crafty.
I'm pretty sure he's being is are these criminal charges or is this a civil suit? I'm pretty sure it was like sexual assault or something like that. Allegations of sexual misconduct. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. So 16 allegations sexual misconduct during a massage between so this is kind of weird, but it's between the years of 2012 and 2016. So they haven't happened a while ago, but the NFL has opened an investigation in February. So just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And apparently like, I don't know. Apparently he had a during the entire massage and he would like just not try to hide it. He would just have it out, and he would like brush the inner thigh of the massage therapist as they were walking by and stuff. I mean, he was just
Oh
very
wow.
inappropriate. Yeah, allegedly. Of course, Tucker denies all this.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
again, just all allegations. But like I said, he was bad. He had an off year last year. The Ravens drafted a kicker actually in the 6th round of this last draft, Tyler Loop, which I didn't really gather where he came from. But like I said earlier, 73% last season. These allegations are just gonna continue throughout the season. So I think they were just saying, "Hey, it's time to move on."
Yeah, it definitely creates a weird dynamic for your team, especially when you're struggling.
Yeah, and who's to say nobody picks him up, right? I mean, he didn't retire. The Ravens released him, so somebody could take a chance on him.
Yeah, I mean, probably the Cleveland Browns, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. Cleveland Browns. I mean, even Dan Bailey got picked up after the Cowboys. And Dan Bailey, we were talking earlier, like, 1-2. Dan Bailey would be up there as well. He was also really accurate. I don't think his career was as long as Tucker's, but he had a decline. The Cowboys released him, and he got picked up. I can't.
Think of it to the Jets or something, or no, Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota picked him up. I remember he missed that one in the playoffs, but trying to stay away from the massage tables, man.
Dude, I know.
I mean, those milking tables, I don't think they're a real thing. Can't do that.
I was looking at Dan Bailey.
Dan Bailey stats.
Yeah, actually, I mean Tucker, his stats are crazy, man.
He was really good.
I mean, Dan Bailey was good, but man, Justin Tucker's stats. I mean, Justin Tucker had multiple 90% field goal percentage.
Yeah.
And Dan Bailey only had about 3 or 4 of those.
Over 90%.
Yeah. He still finished 85% in his career. It's still good.
Yeah.
But Justin Tucker had 89.1.
Wow.
And that's with that crap year.
With the 73%, yeah.
Yeah. And Dan Bailey's worst was his last year, which was 68%.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's the nature of kicking. Like once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Yeah, he never missed a extra point either until his last year with Dallas. He missed 2.
Oh wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But now we got old Brandon Aubrey.
Yes, sir.
Can't miss from 50 plus.
We have a little interesting analytics. The 2024 NFL team offensive rushing efficiency. And I just kind of wanted to talk about it real quick because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, what brought this up? I'm just curious.
I saw it on Twitter. There's an account that they pretty much just do these, I would say, random analytics. And this was kind of just one of these that I saw. And obviously, I'm pretty sure I sent that to you on the phone.
Yeah, I already forgot what it was, but yeah, you did send it to me.
Yeah, but it essentially is the efficiency of your rushing attempts.
So real quick, do you want to explain what efficiency is? Just for those who may not know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it just means you're efficient in the run game. You're not, let's say, for instance, you run the football 40 times, but you only gain like 2 yards per attempt. It's not very efficient compared to a team that maybe runs it 25 times and they get like 8 yards per attempt. And that's kind of what that's based off of as far as efficiency is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about this until you had put it in the notes and I started reading about it, but it's basically based off the success rate and the success rate is its own stat, and it's determined a play is successful based on how many yards it gains on which down it is. So, like a first down play is successful if it gains 50% of the yards to gain on that play. So if you're first and 10, you gain 5 yards. That's a successful play.
Mm-hmm.
And then 70% on second down, and then of course 100% on third and fourth down. So that's how you grade a successful play.
Interesting.
And so that's run efficiency is just based on the success rate of that run play. So it's not just, take it to the house, right, for 67 yards or something like that. It's more about those little individual plays and how successful they are, depending on the down and distance.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you from looking at this little chart that
Yeah.
Las
There's
Vegas,
something that stands out, right?
yeah, Las Vegas Raiders are definitely not going to have that issue after the draft. Can promise you that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna move up. They're not gonna be down there after this next season.
No new coaching change, player personnel change. I mean, that's not going to be like that this coming year.
Mm-mm.
I was actually kind of surprised that the Steelers were that low.
Yeah. Yeah, I was too. I mean, and for whatever reason, Kansas City, I can't see them on your. They're kind of behind somebody else, but I mean, just the two Super Bowl teams from last season, for example, like you have the Eagles way up there, and then Kansas City's kind of in the middle. I thought that was,
Yeah, they're behind Jacksonville, looks like, and the Colts.
but I guess when you have Mahomes, you know,
Yeah, I don't really. In my mind, you don't. I mean, they ran it a lot more than they have been in the past. I think,
it's not as efficient, I guess.
yeah, I think the teams are really starting to set back on Mahomes, so that way he can't take them, you know, one play down the field for a touchdown. So they have
Yeah,
to. The run game's a lot more important. Short passes are a lot more important. I think his numbers were down too.
yeah. I mean,
When
a
the
lot of defenses are playing like two high safeties these days,
yeah.
which is another reason like the running game is kind of coming back. I think. Well, I mean, I think that's not just me. I think that's a popular opinion that for a while there, the league was kind of throwing it downfield a lot, and now the defenses are adapting and they're doing two high safeties, and now it's going back to we got to run. You see two safeties up top, you're going to run the ball, right?
Yeah, I kind of feel like just like anything in life, you have these one year it's passing, next year it's running. It just kind of goes back and forth,
You're right. Yeah.
maybe every 5 to 6 years.
So do you know? I don't know if you have this. Do you have the leaders like the most in rushing efficiency?
No, I do not. Not like the
Uh,
person?
Yeah, the running backs.
No, I don't.
So I have the top three if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah,
If you want.
for sure.
So we'll start at the number three. If you want to throw out a guess, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, can I guess one?
Go ahead.
Is it just any player or just running back?
Just running back.
Okay, Saquon Barkley
That is the number one, sir.
and
He was
Derrick
the
Henry.
number two. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I
Number
know.
three might be a little tricky.
Uh, is it on a big team or a small market team?
Um, Gosh, that's a good question. I don't think they even made the playoffs last season, but probably like middle market, I would say.
So they were on the team was on the fringe of making the playoffs.
Yes.
Dang, that kind of takes my guess out.
Well, I can just. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
So Barkley, Obviously, Barkley, he rushed for 2,005 yards off of 343 attempts last season with an average of 5.8, which is,
That's crazy.
yeah, really, really good. And then Henry is number 2. He actually had a higher average. He averaged 5.9 per carry.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to do the math, you're more than welcome, but he had 1,921 yards off of 325 attempts. So I imagine that's where the efficiency is different between him and Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 3, Bijan, 1,456 yards off of 304 attempts, with an average of 4.8. So Barkley and Henry are really good. And they're right next. I mean, they're 1A, 1B probably. I don't even think it's fair to say 1 and 2.
Like an overall
Yeah.
player?
Well, just overall rushing efficiency.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. Obviously, Barkley has more yards, but he had more carries, more attempts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely a run team. But I guess Baltimore is too, so.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They were both very run heavy. Eagles actually, and I looked this up just because I wanted to see like the correlation, I guess, but the Eagles ranked 3rd most in play action.
That makes sense.
So, you get that good run game going, you get some play action, and Hurts is a really good quarterback. He had just shy of 3,000 passing yards last season, 2,903. And obviously a really good passer rating last season of 103. I mean, he was awesome last season, but
He was efficient.
I think very efficient. Yeah, 68% completion rating, and then I mean, like I said, 3rd most play action. So I think those two obviously go hand in hand. That's every coach's dream, right? To have a good running game to set up the passing game.
For sure. I mean, everyone loves the balance. These coaches do, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. And then I didn't get his number, but Hertz was actually on the efficiency top 25. I can't remember where he was, but he was also very efficient running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they have arguably the best offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, that tush push, like we were talking about, what is a successful play? Getting 100% of the yards to gain on 4th down.
Yeah.
A success.
Crazy.
I mean, how many times did they do the tush push? Every one of those is a successful play. So that'll get your efficiency up there.
Every time.
Every time it works, all the time.
60% of the time, all the time.
Yeah. And then I don't know, because I'm a Cowboy homer. I got to look up where the Cowboys were, and it's just not even. Rico Dowdle was way down there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm not surprised.
He's down there. Cowboys were 16th in play action. So,
Well, we can go over the player ages from the 2025 NFL draft
yeah.
real quick. We'll just hit on it real fast.
Is this like the average age of the team, or just the average age of who they drafted?
So I think, okay, on the y-axis, you have the mean draft pick age for 2025. And then on the X, you have the weighted, I don't know why they say snap weighted roster age of 2024. So I'm presuming how they do it is, you go to the right and it looks like, let's see here. I think the lower, like let's for instance, the Cowboys, I believe that means that they're younger
Yeah, I would assume so.
compared to last year, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I can ask my wife. She was a math teacher. She would know how to read this chart.
Should bring her in.
Let's see if she's available. Erica. She's in the middle of a round.
No.
Verdance waits for no graph.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I do know for a fact that Green Bay was the youngest team last year. It looks like their age increased a little bit this year, but
Yeah.
I still think technically they're the youngest team in the NFL. I think.
Okay.
Maybe I just don't even know what I'm talking about right now. So I thought it looked different.
Let's see. We can figure this out. Mean draft age. So they're right there at the 23 line, and then snap weighted roster age. I guess that's their usage, maybe how many snaps they've taken.
I think it means that,
Is that what that
let's
means?
say a 27-year-old took a lot of snaps on the team. That's what it's talking about, maybe.
Okay, that makes sense. Like how
So all season, if you've had a 28-year-old and he
yeah, playing
plays,
every snap.
yeah, then that's
Okay.
what you get. And like if you only have a 23-year-old take a couple snaps, it's probably not going to weigh very much.
Okay. See, we're figuring this out.
Yeah.
We got this.
I mean, I think Green Bay. So technically, if you want to be the youngest roster, I think you want to be in the bottom left
Okay.
of the chart.
So not only is Green Bay drafting, I mean, obviously everybody's drafting young, but Green Bay is playing those draft picks the most, I guess.
Yeah. So they still drafted young, but they're already young, and that's why they're so high up now. Because all those young draft picks from last season obviously get older, and that's why
Yeah.
they're going up like that. Is what I take from it.
Man, so Miami,
Is really
what are they
old.
doing?
Well,
Yeah.
I know. What was his name? He got picked up by the Arizona Cardinals this year. Calais Campbell? We talked
Oh
about
yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's like 38, I think.
Yeah, he's really, really old, so I probably put that
Yeah.
number up pretty high.
Played 18 seasons in the league or something crazy.
Yeah. Essentially, you don't want to be in the box where the Jets, the Panthers, the Browns, and all those guys are.
Okay.
You want to be in that bottom left box, is what I take from it.
All right.
Anyways, we may just delete this whole segment. I don't know. 'Cause I feel like
I
a
think
moron.
I think we got through it. Although I'm reading the top now, the title of this chart, and now I'm second guessing everything we just said because it's player ages from 2025 NFL draft versus previous season roster.
Mm,
Okay.
I
Or
don't know.
you got to keep all this.
Whatever, we're keeping it, Trey.
All right.
Well, I'm going to let you talk about this one because I know you're super excited. It's about a certain wide receiver.
I'm so excited. At first, I wasn't excited, but once I read into it, I think it's so we're talking about George Pickens being traded to the Cowboys.
Of course.
So at first, when I heard the Cowboys gave up a third round draft pick for him, and then a 2027 late round pick. I think it's a fifth. I can't remember.
Yeah, fifth or
Or
sixth. I think it's a sixth.
I think it's a sixth, and they got a fifth back. They got a fifth with Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
But so like I read that and I was like, I guess. I mean, he's on the last year of his rookie deal. The Cowboys have already said they're not going to extend him. Giving up a third, which is a pretty valuable pick.
Mm-hmm.
But once I started looking into it and reading into it, so if he doesn't sign with the Cowboys, we'll get that third pick back as a compensatory pick.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. And actually, after reading this, the Steelers are the ones catching a lot of heat because the same applies for them. Like they gave up Pickens for a third when they just could have kept them. And if he didn't sign, they would have got that third pick, compensatory pick.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like, what are they doing? But I mean, so a lot of people that leads them to believe that he does have some issues. He's been suspended, um, late to meetings. He'll you're gonna get a 15-yard penalty. I don't want to say once a game, but I don't know, a couple times a season, you're gonna get a 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike or something, and because of Pickens. But I don't mind that attitude. It's good, I think. I mean, you have to control it. It can become an issue, but I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, I remember Dez yelling on
Hmm.
the sidelines and chirping back with the DB. I love that.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
excited.
Yeah. I mean, it's football. You gotta get fired up.
I know you gotta get. It's a very, very physical game. Like these guys are beating the crap out of each other. What do you
And I think,
expect?
and he's gonna be, hopefully, he's gonna be an explosive element to this Cowboys offense that they've needed. Because obviously last season teams were just bracketing CeeDee Lamb because we didn't have a legit number 2 receiver.
Hmm.
So they would just double coverage Lamb, and you can have your 5-yard passes to Ferguson all day long or whatever. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah, he
but
averages 16.3 yards per catch. So that's good
yeah,
to see.
for the last 2 seasons he's done that. And the Cowboys had 7 40-yard pass plays last season. 7. Okay, Pickens had 4 by himself last season. So I
Yeah.
mean,
She had
he's an
Cooper Rush
explosive
though.
player.
Can't
Okay.
really count that because of Cooper Rush though, right?
From last season, I mean, I guess you can say that. I don't know.
I feel like they're really short in the playbook, shorter
Yeah.
routes, more conservative running the football. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about Dak, he ranks number 7 um for deep ball like completion percentage at
Hmm.
66.9%.
Okay, it's respectable.
Yeah, and that's like, I mean, there's the greatest all time is Drew Brees, obviously, but um he I forgot what. So Pickens, only player to post 50 plus receptions, 800 plus receiving yards, 15 plus yards per reception each of the last 3 seasons, and he's only been in the league 3 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, so really, really good. I'm really excited about this. Um, like I said, I think he's going to help. You can't double CeeDee Lamb anymore. One of them's going to be open. So
I think it's going to be a fun offensive year for them for sure.
I do too. I do too. And
I
um,
I want to say that Dak is going to be really, really efficient. If they can run the football, I see
mhm.
them kind of like his rookie year. That's what kind of season I expect from him.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm a little worried about who's going to be running the ball, but the offensive line is going to be
Hopefully better.
better. Yeah, I'm hesitant to say it, but because we're losing like the best right guard in history of all time, but
Speaking
it's
of
hard to say
that,
you're gonna be better when you're losing a guy like that. But
yeah,
I
speaking of
mean,
that, man, I saw somewhere that last season they actually did better running the football without him.
without Zach Martin,
Yeah, thought that was interesting.
that is interesting. I'd have to look into that. Um, so yeah, I mean, maybe they will be better.
I mean, they have to be.
Can't get any. I mean, like I said, it's just about who's running the ball. I mean,
I mean, you got enough. You picked up enough running backs. Hopefully, one of them can do well.
yeah, but you could have just kept Dowdle. Whatever though, we can't. We're not gonna get into that right now. You just can't afford Dowdle for $3 million, I guess. But like I said, man, He's really explosive. Hopefully, he can keep his emotions in check, show up to practice, and be a good number 2 receiver for these Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm just excited for all the funny memes and videos.
Yeah,
With
you've
him.
sent me some of those.
Yeah.
Those are hilarious.
I love it. It puts a smile on my face.
That's right. It'll be fun for sure.
Well, with that being said, is Aaron Rodgers going to get a new deal? Like, honestly, at this point?
I mean, the Steelers are still the favorite to land him.
Yeah. But do you think with everything happening with Derek Carr retiring, that potentially he could go to
Go
the
to the.
Saints?
I didn't think about that, but
Maybe that's a
you
better
need,
option for him.
yeah. Ah, man.
No weather,
I don't.
no bad weather.
I mean, yeah, it's all indoor, but I mean, they have a rookie coach, Kellen Moore, and I just don't know. I mean, I think Rodgers wants to win now, not really do like a whole rebuild thing, which I think the Saints are going to be doing, right? I don't know. I haven't looked at their roster, but I feel like they need more than just a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know how their roster is. I haven't looked at them in a while.
And and I'm just talking straight out of my ass because I don't know much about the Steelers either. I just know that Mike Tomlin's a way better coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, he'll definitely
And
be
they,
able to handle the ego and that type of
right.
stuff.
And that's going to be something to consider for sure. Because I mean, I remember obviously Kellen Moore was a OC at the Cowboys for a long time, and he just never struck me as somebody who's going to inspire a room of men to go into battle.
It's very true. Trying to find.
But I sent you the video of Rodgers and Metcalf working out. They were seen working out together
Yes.
after Metcalf was traded to the Steelers. I should mention that.
I mean, it can happen. Maybe he gets picked up in training camp.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't need training camp, right?
He may think he doesn't need it.
I kind of thought maybe he was behind the Pickens trade, because Rodgers likes to get involved in player personnel decisions, especially with the Jets, at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that was proven to be untrue. I read an article where they said that Rodgers had no knowledge of the trade prior to it happening.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but the Steelers and the Rodgers have remained in contact, and the Steelers remain hopeful to get a deal done. They really have no other choice. Like they have no other options. They have to have Rodgers.
I mean, they have the Will Howard that they drafted.
Yeah, and they got Mason Rudolph, I think, is still there. I think we
Yeah.
talked about him.
Skylar Thompson, which was with Miami.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But the Saints moved up to. Did they move up or they drafted that guy in the first round, second round?
The quarterback?
Yeah, Stowe. I'm not gonna remember his name.
Well, we called him Sourdough. Tyler Sourdough. That's not his name,
Yeah,
but I'm calling him Sourdough. I want to say it was in the third, around there.
yeah, you're right. It was the third.
I don't know. John Gruden was really high on Will Howard and his little
Oh,
quarterback show.
yeah.
So he said he was the most impressed with Will Howard. He thinks he's the best quarterback out of all of them.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I would say he's in a good situation. Will Howard is.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a solid organization.
you can learn behind one of the best ever, or
Not.
start immediately because
Yeah.
they have no other options.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially with the whole Derek Carr retiring situation.
Yeah,
I guess
because of
he,
his shoulder, right?
yeah, said his essentially the medical team said that they don't really think he's ever going to have a strong enough arm anymore. Something to that effect.
That sucks. If I remember, I think he's 34.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I don't think Derek
it's,
Carr ever had a strong arm either.
no, I don't remember seeing him play and ever thinking that.
Because you know how they mic up the players? This is going to be weird, but I'm going to say it anyways. You know how they
Okay.
mic up the players? And of course, you can like hear him grunting and all that crap. Well, when
Yeah.
he threw the football, it just sounds like he's really struggling to throw that football.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like other quarterbacks do that.
Just a deep guttural moan or
Just
something.
like the
Just uh,
it's like
it goes like 7 yards out of bounds.
yeah, it's just like he's hitting a little out route and he's like I just don't I don't know. I know it's
Hey,
weird, but that's just how I feel.
it's just like your opinion, man. That's what we do here.
Yeah, it's probably wrong, but whatever. I don't care.
I mean, I don't remember him on that list of deep ball completion percentage. Um, when I was looking up Dak Prescott, so can't
Oh,
be
yeah.
that good.
Doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes arm or a Justin Herbert.
Joe Burrow
No, doesn't have his arm either.
doesn't have Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, Drew Brees.
It's kind of funny that Drew Brees had that shoulder injury too, and he was with the Saints.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Same injury or
Uh,
just
I don't know if
same
it's
shoulder.
yeah. I just think it's throwing shoulder. That's why the Chargers didn't want to give him a contract. Drew
Oh,
Brees, not Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. He just like seven, pretty much just average 7 yards a attempt in his career.
Okay.
The longest was 87. His career long. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, R.I.P.
yeah, sad
Derek
ending to
Carr.
his career. All right. So the Texans obviously selected Jayden Higgins from Iowa State in the second round this year's draft.
Yep. Big dude, big receiver, 6'4", 215 pounds.
Yeah, he is huge.
Large catch radius.
Yes. Big dude.
Similar to
Super.
Nico Collins, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, huh? You got
Yeah.
two of those huge athletic wide receivers. I feel like they always draft them like Andre Johnson, like just big and
Yeah.
physical.
That dude. I remember that guy.
Man, he was good.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, the Texans are I mean, they got their guys, so they're obviously okay with giving him this fully guaranteed contract, which is the first ever. And
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the fully guaranteed contract is a 4-year, $11.7 million contract.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, not. That's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, especially for
I
the
mean,
second round.
it'll suck if he's not that good or gets hurt, but all indications are he's gonna be a solid receiver. He had over 1,100 yards receiving last year in college with 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a solid year last year. Like, in all honesty, like, I get it's a fully guaranteed contract, but I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot of money for NFL wide receivers, especially if he's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, no, like I said, it could be a really good deal if he turns out to be a contributor. I mean, they're getting a bargain.
Yeah. What year do you think he'll want a new contract if he does
Just
have a
sit
good
out.
year? Yeah. It's got to be his third year, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say after the second season, yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually when they do it.
Yeah. Sit out for training camp and then get that nice
hmm
contract.
I mean, you typically only get one, get one shot at it. Got to cash in.
I mean, honestly, that's really true. It's pretty hard to get a second big contract.
Yeah, especially that position that position isn't really true with wide receiver, but that size, I don't know. I feel like you might have a shorter career at 6'4", 215.
Wow, Trey, you don't like the tall wide receivers?
I just don't think they last very long. I mean, I'm probably wrong. Megatron played for a while, but Dez, he only got that one contract.
Yeah, but he's not 6'4".
Dez wasn't 6'4"?
I think so.
I feel like Dez was pretty good size.
Thought he was like 6'2".
I don't know if he's all right. You can maybe Google
6'2",
Dez Bryant.
220.
Okay. 2 inches, whatever.
Hey.
I mean, whoa, 2 inches. A lot.
Why don't you ask Erica if 2 inches of
That is a lot.
ask Erica if 2 inches would be so much better.
That is. You're right. Take back everything I said.
Oh, that's wild.
Hey, can I circle back to my deep ball completion thing?
Of
'Cause I said it
course.
wrong. I said it wrong. I want to clear it up, okay?
Okay.
So I had to bring up the page, but going back to Dak being number 7, so
Mhm.
you have to have 1,500 attempts to even be on this list.
Okay.
So that kind of narrows it down, obviously, right? So Joe Burrow is actually number 1. He's 68% completion after 2,547 attempts.
Wow.
So yeah, but if you look at number 3, so number 3 is Drew Brees. So he's 67%, but after 10,551 attempts.
God,
So
2,000?
yeah. So this chart isn't really. It can be interpreted many different ways, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you have to factor in how many attempts and then their completion percentage after that amount of attempts, I guess. So like Joe Burrow's got the highest percentage, but he's not that high on the attempts
Yeah.
column.
Yeah. So he has a chance to have a higher percentage because he has the lower amount of attempts.
Right, right. So I mean, like I said earlier, so Drew Brees has 10,000 attempts. He might have the most on here, kind of looking at this list. But so Dak has 66% after 4,000 attempts, 4,160 attempps.
Hmm.
So just kind of different ways to interpret that. And then I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. Just wanted to explain that a little bit better.
I just can't. 10,000 attempts by Drew Brees. That's crazy.
Threw the hell out of the ball, dude. It's like the next most or the next highest attempts is Peyton Manning. He's got 9,380.
Oh, that's it?
65%. Well, this is deep balls. I think I can't remember the exact yardage that is considered deep ball. I want to say it's over 20, at least 20. Is considered a deep ball.
Man, Drew Brees threw the football a lot.
He did. He really did. Sean Payton loved to throw the football. So.
Yeah, he did.
But anyways, I just wanted to kind of fumbled my way through that, so I wanted to just clear that up a little bit, explain it a little bit better.
Of course. Tom
And
Brady.
if you go to last season's attempts, obviously Dak didn't play the whole season, so he was pretty far down on just like last year's deep ball accuracy. So that took him down a little bit.
That's fair. Looking at Tom Brady's attempts, throwing attempts was over 12,000.
Oh wow! Like just passing attempts.
Yeah. Man, I didn't realize Tom Brady at age 44 in 2021 was second in MVP voting. That's crazy.
Jeez. He's good, man.
Aaron Rodgers got the MVP.
He's also old.
Yeah.
At that time.
So Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,000, a little over 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. But
pretty good.
Yeah, but Tom Brady, he had 5,300 yards, 43 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
Good.
I mean, I guess it's impressive whichever way you look at it, but
I mean, you can't. What are you gonna do? You can give it to Tom Brady every year, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he had some off years still. I don't know. There's some of those players that they don't play very good. And when I say they don't play very good, I'm like air quotes.
Yeah.
But they win. And that's what they're remembered for, not necessarily individual awards. But
right.
Obviously, Tom Brady had a lot of awards. So it's kind of, can't really say that about him.
Yeah, I mean, just think of like the Dirk Nowitzki MVP year, 2007.
Yeah.
Like, it was meaningless because they were knocked out in the first round of the playoffs by Golden State.
Right. He arguably could have had the 2006 MVP, couldn't he have?
Probably, yeah.
Didn't he have a good year that year as well?
Oh, for sure.
I feel like maybe it was that year, the year after, or maybe it was the year before, but they were like undefeated for like 20 games, the first like 20 games.
I think that was the year after. So, like 2007, they finished in first place and they had like something like 53 or 55 win, like some crazy amount of wins. They were really good that year.
Yeah.
It may have been closer to 60 wins. I'd have to. Oh man, they were 67-15 that year.
Golly.
They were so good. And that's why it was such a. They just got knocked out in the first round by Golden State, which obviously they were the number 8 seed, right? Because Mavs were number 1. Anyways,
man, basketball was awesome back then.
Yeah, it really was.
I saw some YouTube guy that he kind of does like history of things, and he was talking about the 2000s, like how good the NBA was, and then he had another video about baseball and the same thing, the 2000s, the steroid era.
Mm-hmm.
It was just it was a good video.
Bring it back.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Get Jock Peterson on some roids.
There you go.
See if we can wake him up a little bit.
I like it. Like it. Well, you want to close it up?
Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
Unless you want to sit here while we rewatch the entire 2011 Mavs playoff run, which I'm willing to do that.
I don't want to cry, Trey.
Okay.
Can't.
Well, yeah,
Don't want to
let's
cry.
let's wrap it up. Another episode in the can.
Yes, sir. What number is this? It's
Number 7.
No, the 7 was last
Oh,
week. It's got to be
that's
8.
right. It's number 8. It's Ocho.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho.
I don't know if that's right or not, but whatever.
I mean, we're talking about the 2 inches earlier, right? Remember that?
It's true.
Ocho knows about that.
Yeah, he does. All right. Well, appreciate everyone tuning in this week. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the State of Football show.
Yeah.
That's Trey you just heard.
Always a pleasure, Hutch.
Yes, sir. And my name's Hutch, and we're out of here. Thank you.
Later.